Hi everyone, I'm Timothy from ME222 and I'm also a part-time student librarian from IMU. So today I'm going to be giving a book review about this particular book. As you can see on the screen, Laposata's Laboratory Medicine, Diagnosis of Disease in the Clinical Laboratory, the third edition by Michael Laposata. And this book is published by McGraw-Hill and can be accessed through our IMU e-library portal. So what does this book talks about? So as you can see in the title itself, so it mostly gives idea about the laboratory diagnosis tests that we can do for specific diseases. So as you can see, there's actually 22 chapters and each chapter is divided by system. So for example, disease of the respiratory system, so it will list down all the various diseases and then you will get what are the diagnostic tests for the specific diseases. So we can go and look into one of the topics on the chapters. So I will go into this chapter 5, infectious disease. When I click here, it will bring me to this page here. So under infectious disease, they also have a very wide range of different subtopics according to each system as well. So because as we know, each system can be affected by different bacteria and viruses. So for example, when we look into like sexually transmitted disease, right? So the first one that it comes up is syphilis. So it will give a brief description about what syphilis actually is, what causes syphilis. Then it will also give the clinical manifestations, and after this it will go into the main part of this book, so the diagnosis. So how is it actually diagnosed? The Treponema pallidum bacterium, how is it diagnosed? So this all explains about the tests that can be done, but what I really prefer to see is the tables. So as you can see, there's a table of here for evaluation of syphilis. When you click this table, it brings you to this page. So from here, you can directly see what are the tests that they usually do for this syphilis. So as you can see, there's also sub topics like direct detection tests, like the dark field microscopy, of course, we know the main way, then the treponema and non-treponema tests. And then they also give explanation as to why you do this, and at each stages of syphilis, what you will see. Yeah, which is very concise and very helpful when you are trying to get a revision about this particular disease, especially for our exams. Then when we go to, that is for infectious disease. So infectious disease, it has a lot of different systems. So when we go back to the main page, if we choose one particular system, so for example, I chose GI system. So here you can see that it's divided into like specific diseases that are common in the GI system. So like dyspepsia, ulcer, and then celiac disease. So for example, if we click into celiac disease, it also gives a brief explanation on the celiac disease and what are the risk factors, like this having this HLA-DQ2 gene, and then what actually is the mechanism underlying this celiac disease. Then the diagnosis. So for diagnosis, there's actually a few different types, and as usual, I like the tables, so we will be looking into the tables. When we click here, it will bring you to this page. So as you can see, it's very easy to understand. So these are the different tests, and then it gives you also what are the advantage of each test, so you can actually know in which situation to carry out which particular diagnosis test for the particular patient. Yeah. Then what's very interesting about this book also is that it has this tab here, clinical laboratory reference values. When you click on it, it will bring you to this page. So this page gives you the entire list of things that you can test in the laboratory. So all the substances that you can send to the laboratory to test in a person and its normal range, which is very helpful if you want to look for a particular substance and you want to know the normal range of that substance in our human body. It's a very, very long list of every single substance. Yeah. Then there's also, I also like this particular part where they have this go to review questions button here. So when you click on this, it actually brings you to this quiz. So this can actually help you after you study each particular topic. You can do this quiz to revise, or before exams you can do this quiz again just to get understanding of how much you actually know about this topic. And there's actually quite a big amount of questions that's available for each chapter also, and you can do by each chapter or you can do just random, a mix of different questions for every chapters. So in general, I would say this book is very useful for medical students no matter what year you are in, because we will always need to know what are the diagnostic tests for each particular disease or pathology that we're looking into. And this book just covers everything that we need to know. Yeah. I think that's all for this book. And thank you very much for listening. If you have any questions, don't feel free to contact the library for assistance. Thank you very much.